Hello everyone, this is the new episode of Sea Smackdown.
Sure, I watched all the episodes. The guys have just shown me the new episode. It's awesome.
Today we have a whole sea of replays, so without further ado, let's warm up. The neighbours map, the captain, 4-watt player, their Perth, and a lightning-fast ranked battle. Our hero boldly headed to Area B. It took about 3 minutes to reach it, and nothing happened. But when they got there, that's when the action began. A frightened and worn Alba appeared from behind the island. 2 AP shell salvos, and the Japanese went to meet their Ningyo. Then Nuremberg was methodically gunned down. Area A is ours, but someone's blocking capture on B. Fubuki! Catch these torpedoes! Budyane to the right, we've got torpedoes for you as well. An allied CV sets the second to last enemy ship on fire. Salvo! Ha! Left them 246 hit points. But the fire did its job. Just less than 3 minutes from the start of the skirmish to victory, however, 4-watt player managed to cause 79,000 damage and earn the high caliber achievement. That was fast. Take your doubloons and the commemorative flag.
Yes, Perth is very quick. It's a pity that ranked battles ended already. I wanted to play them. I like playing destroyers. But here we have 300,000 damage and 24 torpedo hits.
Let's continue our warm-up with the player nicknamed Didenax on Shimakaze. Let's say straight away this player likes risk. That's why they use fast but short torpedoes. Type F3. On the way to Area C, our hero treated a Hippur. That was immediately sunk by the Allies. In the meantime, Shimakaze noticed a lone Montana. 8 torpedoes. And the enemy team have 1 Tier 10 less. The enemy, Khabarovsk, decided to get revenge, but our ninja hid in the smokescreen behind the island. Launch! By Khabarovsk. Then our hero headed to the map center, right behind the red team. Offered a torpedo to Kutuzov, finished off that damaged gearing using primary armament, and the Grosse Kehrfurst lurking in the smoke became the 4th frag for Shimakaze. The endpoint was another Montana, 7 torpedoes at point-blank range. Kraken Unleashed earned. 4 devastating strikes, 308,000 damage caused, 24 torpedo hits, doubloons, and the Sea Smackdown commemorative flag. Well done.
Japanese destroyers are the most cunning. No, I like the German cruisers a lot. They're beautiful.
Our next hero is Junior Killer from the NA server, who will warm you up in style with their German Hindenburg. By the 14th minute of the battle, Junior Killer already had as many as 11 arsons. And then our team lost 6 ships in a couple of minutes while the enemy lost only 3. But that didn't stop our hero. Having dealt briskly with the enemy's Zhao, Hindenburg added the 2nd frag, high caliber and witherer to their score. And a minute later, we lost all 3 areas, and it's 4 against 8. Again, Junior Killer narrows the gap. This time, Friedrich de Grosse burned down immediately. Hindenburg starts disassembling the enemy Iowa. However, our hero didn't manage to dodge the torpedo, but held on by a miracle. Fletcher went to the port, followed by Iowa. It's Kraken Unleashed. There's another Friedrich der Grosse ahead. Well, the German battleship tried to resort to this, of course, but what's the point? A few masterful maneuvers and a high explosive hail in return. And now the seawater dampens the blazing deck of der Grosse. 6th frag. The enemy team leads and holds more areas, but the Allies, inspired by the success of our hero, got down to business with determination and won. And Junior Killer caused 319,000 damage, 120,000 of which was from fire. They earned 6 achievements, doubloons, a commemorative flag. Nice job.
I think we need to introduce a special achievement, Super Kraken or Mega Kraken Unleashed, for players like that Yamato.
We're finishing our warm-up in the company of Devil 11 playing Yamato. Just as the Tier 10 battleship should do, our hero turned up the aggression and set about dealing damage around from the first minutes of the battle. The first victim was Baltimore. Then Bismarck took a beating, aiming at Moskva, and Benson is sunk? She shouldn't have walked together with the adults. And at the same time, secondary armament picks off Bismarck. Double strike, not bad. A couple of salvos at Udaloy, and another Baltimore, and Kraken Unleashed is ours. If someone else was in our hero's shoes, they might relax a bit, but not Yamato. A salvo with the bow guns at Hindenburg. 22,000. And the aft guns put an end to the history of the German cruiser in this battle. The opponents are already tackling our key area B. Bad idea. Several salvos at Kurfürst and Khabarovsk adds high caliber and Confederate to the collection of battle trophies. Atago spotted. Salvo. 7th frag. Finish off Kurfürst. 8th frag here. Just one Khabarovsk left, and it tries to hide behind the island, but becomes the 9th in our hero's frag bank. For sensibly pushing through the flank and firing accurately, Devil 11 receives doubloons and a commemorative flag.
The warm-up was fun, but the most interesting part was to come. Such an intense battle, but the hero didn't give up. Well done!
We finish today's episode with the replay from UEZDMG, who plays Minotaur. Everything started with a lot of misses, but you can't get upset when your reload takes less than 3 seconds, right? After all, you need to adjust fire. And here's the first fag, Prince Eugen. Wise use of the islands and the British AP shell ballistics helped Minotaur to rev up the damage counter. However, this mischievous trio clearly intend to jump out from the corner and get into a fight. Not waiting for trouble, our hero drops a smokescreen. Here come the guests, Bismarck and Kurfürst. First torpedoes miss, but the next 5 get in. And Minotaur paid for this with almost half of its hit points, though its next salvo finished off Kurfürst. Let's repair a bit and prepare to meet another intruder. Bismarck came out, but torpedoes are still reloading. That's okay, we have primary armament. Suddenly, the enemy Minotaur joins the German. This one should be taken out promptly. The duel between Minotaurs ended in victory for our hero. It's a pity that the torpedoes didn't reach Bismarck. The Allies were faster. The enemy Shimakaze attempts to capture our Area B. Minotaur's hydroacoustic search spotted the invader, and the allied Zhao helped deal with it. Our hero sneaks into the smoke and exasperates Bismarck with shells. Still in clouds of steam, the German went to the port to cool down a bit. Things seem to be going well. 2 areas are ours. We lead in points, but the Moskva's surveillance radar spotted us. Time to cut and run. New smokescreen, new target. There was Zhao, but no more. Just bubbles on the water. Spotted again. Let's move behind the island. Sadly, our partner didn't manage to get away. Now it's 2 against 4. What a fork. Opponents are coming from both flanks. You might want to blend in with the island, but torpedoes at Montana ran the last smoke screen first. The American ship hit, but it survived. Blind torpedoes at Izumo. It's a miss. But Montana sinks. Amazing! At this moment, our hero is left alone. Half hit points, no armor, no more smoke, and 3 enemy ships against it. But there is a point lead. 2.5 minutes until the end of the battle, so only survival is required. And this is the moment to realize that retreat can be a path to victory. Minotaur runs, barking back at the enemy. Torpedoes at Moskva. It's a miss again. Let's play cat and mouse. Our hero runs away from Izumo but gets hit by Moskva. In addition, enemy armor is not penetrated. Things are getting intense. Hide behind the island, and it's a new game. Guess where the enemy will appear from. Right side. Salvo. 4 citadels more. 5. Moskva sinks, and the brave Khabarovsk doesn't have time to do anything. Well, they didn't find a Theseus to fight our Minotaur. And this means it's time for our hero to celebrate their well-deserved rewards. Well done!
It's said that some good players don't send us their good replays. Don't be like that. I do watch Sea Smackdown. Send them in. Thank you all. And bye-bye. Love, Dasha.